Chappie's reselling bullshit. Express edition. We're having a slow down. Summer heat wave slow down. Don't panic, don't frown. It's only a slow down. Yeah, it'll all be coming back. Sales will return. Empires will be built. Losses will be quashed. Fun will be had. Videos will be made by all your favourites, because the slowdown will come to an end. The weather's changed, even though it looks pretty bright outside. And thank you to the commenter last week who said I spend too much time listing shitty postcards in a little room. Well, sorry to be a pedant, but the room is 16 foot that way and 16 foot that way. So that is 16 times 16, which is a lot of square footage. It's just that it's full of stock, and that's why it looks like it's a small room. But it is dark, I'll give you that, because the house faces the wrong way. I was going to have a word with the architect, but unfortunately I am not a Time Lord and I can't go back to 1864 and give him a bollocking, even though I would like to. Right. Yeah. So last week was the first since I've come back out of... Wasn't prison, was it? I wasn't on holiday. No, I was in hospital, wasn't I? Just remembered. Yeah. So, since I've come back out of hospital, every week's been over 2,000. The last week is the first week that's dipped below that. We did 1525, averaging 217 a day. Now, there's probably several reasons for that. Obviously, it's the time of year. We're getting into July now, well into July. The kids are off school. A lot of the collectors will be away on holiday. A lot of the collectors will be buying at antiques fairs and other outdoor events. But also, this week we had two of the hottest days of the year so far. And I think one of the days... Look at that, I had a shave yesterday. Look at that. I feel like Ryan Giggs. You remember Ryan Giggs? He used to have about 3 shaves during every football match. Must be this hot weather. Anyway, as I was saying, so we had some of the hottest days of the year. And obviously people aren't going to be sat in, they're going to be doing other things. They're all going to be down Asda and wherever buying cooling fans and barbecue bricks and every bit of liquid that they can get their hands on to guzzle in the summer. I did see on the news that 3 or 4 people had died in the River Thames swimming over the week. Really, really bad idea to swim in a river like that. Even though it seems hot outside, deep water can be very, very cold in this weather. I nearly come a cropper, and I'm a strong swimmer, or I was a strong swimmer. I've not been for ages. But I did all me swimming badges when I was a kid. You know, the bronze, silver and gold personal survival. I think I did up to the 1500 metres. I was in the swimming team. I was pretty good, especially at the breaststroke, and that stuck with me all my life. I've always been good at breaststroking. Yeah, so... what was I going to say? Yeah. So, what happened was, one day, me and my mate, Jeff, who I've not seen for years, we used to live in a sort of like semi-rural area, not far from here actually. And we used to do a lot of shooting those days. We both had air rifles, and we had permission on all the farms to shoot the vermin. Not something that I would do these days, but those days that was one of my hobbies, was hunting and what have you. Country pursuits. Not that I would ever be a downer on people doing country pursuits, because in the countryside that's been the way of life since time began. But it's not something that I'd want to do now. If I was going to go back shooting, I'd go target shooting now. You know, it's just not for me. Killing things anymore. Right, so we used to go all over the Rosendale Valley, and we found this what we call them lodges, but they're not. It's a lake, but we call it a lodge. We thought it was a really hot day. I thought we'll have a swim in this. So it gets in, and I'm swimming across, and I just hit this cold spot of water, and it literally just took the breath out of my lungs. And I got a bit of a panic on, but I managed to swim and just about get to the other side and get out the thing. But I could have quite easily drowned there. And at that time, like I say, I'd just done my 1500 metres swimming, and you know, I could regularly just do 100 lengths at the pool and never even worry about it. I was a strong swimmer. I was a young lad, and I was pretty fit those days in terms of like stamina and what have you. But it's you know, it nearly caught me out, and some of those people who unfortunately succumbed to this last week, just a word of warning for anyone else, in hot weather stretches of water can be deceptive and they can still be very dangerous, so be very, very careful with that. If you want to go and swim, go to a swimming pool where there's lifeguards and what have you, rather than messing about with stuff like that. But back onto eBay, yeah, it was a slow week. There's a few reasons for this. Obviously, hottest days, but not a lot of listing got done last week because it was a sourcing week. So obviously that would have probably been about 1900 if we'd have been listing like we normally list, because stuff sells straight away, or some of your stuff sells straight away. I mean, I was listing last night and some of it sold this morning. But I say we've been sourcing. I've bought from 2 auctions. I spent 4,000 at one auction and 5,000 at another. We're covered now for stock. We already had loads of back stock anyway, but what we've bought is quality, real quality. We've bought £4,000 worth of shipping memorabilia, badges and stuff, and just to give you an example of the quality of the stock, that's just one of the items there. It's an Art Deco Bakelite cigarette case with the name of the ship on it. That will have actually come off the ship, mint condition, and we've got hundreds, if not thousands, of items like that. The second auction was Militaria, which, you know, we sell a lot of Militaria, and we spent £5,000 there. So we've sort of like fine-tuned our tactics in over the last couple of years. At one time we used to be out all the time buying, but as the years have gone on, with the backstock's built up because we don't list everything straight away, which I think really everybody should do, but it never seems to happen. And we've been buying bigger and bigger job lots of items. But the way I look at it now is, I don't know if any of you ever watch a series called Gold Rush on, I think is it on Discovery? I think it's on Discovery, and it on the History Channel. Now I liked Gold Rush. I usually watch it on YouTube these days because I just can't be arsed bothering my TV and that over there, the Virgin. I just can't be arsed with it. Yeah, so I tend to watch everything on YouTube or Netflix or something. So in Gold Rush, you might be familiar with a character in Gold Rush called Tony Beats. Now, he's one of the big landowners up there. He's got a massive operation. He's bringing the old-time dredges back into use. He rents land to other gold miners, etc. Very, very successful man, very driven. He's got his whole family working for him. He's admirable. He's a Dutch. He grew up in Holland. He's a Dutch immigrant into America, and he's done well. He employs a lot of people, and he's got a lot of resources, all through hard work and determination, and a never say die attitude. I mean, I recommend if you do ever get a chance and you never watched Gold Rush, watch it, but try and find somewhere where you can get the first series. You can probably get the first series on YouTube. I'm just going to have a little drink of the Tenzing. We're on Tenzing today. I've got no beer. Fridge is half full, but I've got a lot of work to do today. Do you see that little fly past then? A little moth or something? Anyway, so back to Tony Beats. Now, Tony Beats, on one of his programmes, I remember him watching, they needed some cash quick. Now, gold mining, as these guys do it down there, I think they call it plaza mining or placer mining. Basically, what they're doing is they're digging down to Ice Age created material, basically, where rivers and ice, and that's melted out the mountains, it's eroded the hillsides, the gold's moved into the watercourse, then the watercourse has run for hundreds and thousands of years, and this gold has been deposited at the bottom of it, and then that watercourse, for whatever reason, has either dried up or it's still there, but the vegetation over the years has died and grown up, and the soil's built up above this dirt, which they call pay dirt. So they dig it all out, dig all the useless soil out, dig right down, and then they push that material through a machine, which basically, they call it a wash plant. It washes, I mean, if you watch Gold Rush, you know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm not trying to teach my grandma how to suck eggs, I'm just trying to explain to people who've maybe not watched it. So the water then washes all the dirt and everything off the material, and the gold gets stuck at the bottom in these sort of like mats, with gold catching mats. So obviously they have to dig all this stuff out, and it's at immense cost, and it takes time, and sometimes the ground's frozen, and sometimes they hit permafrost, or they have other problems, machinery breaks or whatever. Now, Tony Beats in this series needed money quick, but he had a big massive pile of pay dirt that had been building up for years that he just left to one side, like money in the bank. And really, our unlisted stock is just the same, isn't it? You know, it's pay dirt. It's like, this is what I'm listing today. This is not stuff that I bought this week. This is stuff that come from a few weeks ago. But there's a real bag of mix there. It's just all badges and bottle openers and all bits and pieces. We tend to bag them up in batches, but that's one. There's another one there. There's another one there. So I've got to work through them before I even start on the new stuff. That one I've just listed there, patches. So we just work through it like that, bag by bag. And that bag then becomes the storage bag, so that we put an SKU on it, it's in bag SO65, and we know exactly where it is. Or what we do is, with the badges, is, if I can get this out, as you can see, these are a big, now I recommend these to anyone who's selling smalls, storage boxes for the Plastic Box Company. And as you can see, we number every compartment, and you can see in there, this is the one that we're working on at the moment. It's full of football badges and mixed stuff. So, I don't know whether he's written on the side of this one. No, he hasn't, because we've not actually filled it up yet. But on the side of there, we would put D11. So it's box 11. So we're on the 11th of these now. And then we just put the pod. So these are the pods, as you can see. And so it'll be D11, P10. So we know that when we pick the item, it's in that collection. Small load of badges that are in there, if you can just see it. I don't want to tilt it too far. Now, these, as you can see, they're pretty solid and they hold a lot of stock. If you're selling smalls, I would recommend these to anyone, and they stack as well. So they're brilliant. So, pay dirt. So all this stock that we've got around us is pay dirt. Not overburden. It's all worth something. But when to source and when not to source. We had a backlog. We've still got a backlog. Yet we've still gone out and spent £9,000 this week. But that will be us now, because I've depleted my PayPal. But I know from now till whenever we get this stock finished, that PayPal can build back up. We don't need to, you know, apart from taking a little bit of money out for living on and expenses, and tax and VAT. The rest of it can build up and then we'll go again. It's the new sort of like, well, it's not the new, it's the tactic that we've started building up over the last few years of spending 1 week in a few months, buy really, really big and then deal with it. Also filtering in some of the lower quality stuff that we've got in backlog, try and get that listed as well. Hence why I'm listing these badges now when I've got £100 items sat right next to me. Which seems like madness, but I tend to photograph a load of stuff and then I list it. So, as our tactic, like I say there, it's buy big but don't buy often. But the rule that we have in place, so we've had it in place for about a year now, is we never buy items that are worse than our back stock. No matter how cheap they are, we're trying to improve the quality of the stock slowly but surely. When we first started, like many of you, when you very, very first start, you just buy whatever you can get your hands on that you can make a profit on. As you fine tune it, over there, sorry, I've just took some anti-allergy spray. There's a little bit of white showing there. I've not got a cocaine habit. I've just put some anti-allergy spray up my nose because my allergies are quite bad at the moment. Due to the weather probably, it's not helping. Right, so as I was saying, we're not going to buy items that are worse than what we've got in back stock. It's got to be better or of an equivalent quality. So then we will obviously buy better items, list better items, sell better items for hopefully a better price. And that's going to be our tactics from now on. So we probably won't be doing any hauls. But again, we will be saving a lot of time till we get through this lot. And it's just, I'll just show you here now. I mean, I know I usually don't show you what I sell, but I'm not really showing you anything in detail here. But that is just one part of this latest haul, that crate there. And there is thousands and thousands of items in there. That's just one part. And there's probably 10 crates as full as that. There's another one that's just full of military patches, and there's absolutely hundreds in there. So that's our tactic. Source big, list often. Right, so I hope everyone else's sales are not too disastrous, but I would say don't panic if they are. Just keep going. I noticed that here's sales have started picking up a little bit. So that just shows you that you know, you keep at it and stick at it. And I do wish him good luck in his new career. And I think he'll do really, really well. I've got a good feeling about that. You know, he's going to get a nice, decent wage coming in, and he can still keep his eBay ticking away in the background and build it up without any pressure. Buy better stock and obviously as well sit around and wait for the better prices rather than selling it too quick because you need the money to live off. So that's going to be great. Yeah, so that is it really in terms of a little sum up. We've not done any of the little bits and pieces, have we? We'll do a couple of little bits of poems and a couple of quotes to inspire us for the weeks ahead. So, how's everyone else's sales been? Good, bad, indifferent? Are you bothered? Are you panicking? Or are you just ticking along knowing that this is what happens and then it'll soon come back? We still get that little bit of panic on a bad day. Well, I do. Edward couldn't get less. He doesn't worry about it. He's more philosophical than I am. But I have a bad day and I suddenly think, oh, 47,000 items I've got on, nobody wants them. Why don't they want them? They must all be rubbish. Yet the day when 50 and 60 of them sell in one day, I don't suddenly think, oh, it's all fantastic. You know, it's. But when it gets to the negative days, it's very, very easy to slip into that self-doubt. Should be doing it now, but when I spoke to the guy at the post office who's owned our local post office for 20 odd years, it's a main post office, he owns the franchise there, he says he panics on quiet days because, you know, he just can't help it. He's got 4 staff to pay for, and you know, he's got to budget and what have you, and he still panics after all these years. So it's pretty much natural. So let's have a look now at yeah, we're doing another John Cooper Clarke, just a quick one this week, and it's called The Hanging Gardens of Basildon. Bluebirds sang our favourite tune that scented summer's afternoon, when the shadows vanish and the flowers swoon. It's her sweet smile that dazzled them, by Hanging Gardens of Basildon. So long, Charlene, see you shirl, I'm strong in it with an Essex girl, one of the several wonders of the world. Turn left at Dagenham for Hanging Gardens of Basildon, even. The redwood forest is a bunch of sticks, the wall of China's just a pile of bricks. The pyramids mean less than nicks. It's the A13 to travel on to the Hanging Gardens of Basildon. I beg your pardon, I said the Hanging Gardens of Baden-Baden. No, the Hanging Gardens of Basildon. So, there you go, all you Basildon boys and girls. You've got a poem written about you by John Cooper Clarke. How great is that? Now, Winston Churchill quotes, I had a couple in here that were really, really good. Yeah. If you have an important point to make, don't try to be subtle or clever. Use a pile driver. Hit the point once, then come back and hit it again. And hit it for a third time with a tremendous whack. So you're trying to get your message across on YouTube. Just batter the audience into submission. Just keep repeating yourself, like we all do. Right, we've done the pessimist one, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago? Yeah. There's no time for ease and comfort. It's time to dare and endure. So that's me this week. I've dared and endured. Been at 2 auctions. Spent a chunk. Now I've got to endure and bloody list a chunk. I feel overwhelmed. Don't know what to do. Might even turn back to drink. But I doubt it. Yep, so that's our Churchill quotes for the day. Benjamin Disraeli quotes. Here we are. Life is too short to be little. Man is never so manly as when he feels deeply, acts boldly, and expresses himself with frankness and fervour. So, life is short. We're only here for a visit. Do what you want to do. Get it done. Don't be that person sat in a chair, aged 80, regretting all the things that they never did. Where he feels deeply. You feel deeply about something, you love it, it's your passion, get on with it, get it done. Don't let hurdles stop you, just keep going. And he expressed himself with frankness and fervour. So frankness is obviously, you know, you call a spade a spade. So if you feel something and you don't like it, and you don't like somebody when they say something to you, tell them. And with fervour. Fervour is effort. Is it? Fervour, desire, way. Vicious fervour will drive you further. So, let's stay motivated. Let's get listing. Let's get prepared for winter. Let's start pushing that stock on so that the customers can see it and think, hey, there's some great stuff coming on eBay these days. Not like it was a couple of years ago with all that shit from China. Got some good stuff now. And success will ensue. Listen to Chappie. Listen to Spooky Girl. I've never shown you Spooky Girl. Just wait 1 minute. Now, if you see me arse in a minute, it's not literally just my arse. I've got my pyjamas on because I'm going to be having a listed in the pyjamas day. I've had my jeans on all week, so yeah. Oh, before I say, like I say, with the auctions, research is key. Both auctions, I spent a full day there. So I had 2 trips. One trip to do the viewing. I bid online, wrote everything down while I was at the viewing, number of items, and then I went to pick them up. Then the next one I did the same thing. So all week I've been away every day. Right, spooky girl. If I can get her off the wall. Yes. Now this was an accidental purchase, or well, it was part of a job lot that I bought once, and this painter was in there, and I've never had the heart to sell it. As you can see, it's a very, very old painting. You look at the frame at the back, probably Victorian, I should imagine. And this is my lucky charm. Now Edward says that's a boy, which it probably could be, but I call her Spooky Girl because she's got a dress on. Sat on the couch there. That's a real painting. It's not a print. It's a real oil painting. You can see the varnish there on it. See the damage on the frame. And that hangs on my wall. And whenever sales are tough and times are hard, we talk to Spooky Girl. She's my lucky charm. You know, just like the ravens at the Tower of London. If the ravens leave, the Tower of London's supposed to fall down. It won't. They'll just buy some more ravens in. Which reminds me of a story which I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, they'll just get more ravens in. It's a load of bollocks, that. But this is not. She is a good luck charm. Now, to all my eBay watchers and sellers, look into Spooky Girl's eyes. She'll send you a message of what you need to do to be successful on eBay. Look into those eyes. Concentrate. Go out and source using your Spooky Girl vibes, and sales will come, won't they? She just said yeah. So that's that. Yeah, I was going to say about the ravens but just before I go, you know, because we can't have it on drive for an hour. I've got to pad it out a little bit, haven't I? Might get monetised like I used to be one day. Get a few views. No, about thumbs up or thumbs down. Do what you want. I sometimes put a thumbs down on my own videos, just for a laugh, just to sort of like brighten it up a bit. So, you know, if you want to leave a thumbs down, just do it. I could care less. I only do these videos for my own amusement anyway. If you like them, great. That's a big bonus. If you don't like them, not a problem. I couldn't care less. I've got bloody bigger fish to fry. Got an old man with dementia downstairs I'm looking after. Got a son, grandchildren, health problems, and a shitload of stock to list. I'm just telling you. Giving it a bit of the old fucking mank attitude, you know what I mean? Even got the Noel Gallagher eyebrows, apart from I've got the bit missing in the middle. Right, yeah, so I was saying about the ravens, that's the... not on eBay rules this week. Sod the rules. Forget the rules for this week. We'll have an anarchy week. Even though the rules do matter. One rule that I've got. Never measure your success on a micrometer. You'll be very disappointed. Right. What was I going to say? Yeah, Ravens, Tower of London. The thing is, they always say, if the Ravens leave the Tower of London, the place will fall to bits. That'll be the end of it. That's why they clip the wings on them so they can't escape. But obviously these ravens only live so many years, so they're constantly replacing them with new ones, aren't they? Or breeding them, or whatever. So yeah, when I was a store manager at Aldi, I had a caretaker guy, or cleaner, called Derek he was. Old boy, he was probably about 70 then, and that was like 1992 I worked for Aldi. So, poor Derek's probably no longer here anymore. But he was a great fella and I used to have a good laugh with him, and he used to tell me all about all the things he got up to when he was younger and that. and if he is still alive. I hope you're feeling well, Derek. I hope you're doing well. But anyway, he told me about when he went to Rome. And he went to the Vatican. You know, at St. Peter's in Rome, the Vatican, where the Pope lives. The Pope's hizzle, where he stores all his shizzle from back in the day. Yeah, well, the basilica that goes round, or the columns that go round, there's a shelf there, on there, with a bust of every Pope that they've had. Marble bust. And the guide said to me, there's a legend. There's always legends about this place, isn't there? Have you noticed that? There's a legend here that when that shelf becomes full of these statues, these little busts, that'll be the end of the Catholic Church and the Vatican. It'll all be gone. That's the last one. Once we fill it up, he said, but just letting you a secret, it won't be, because we'll just build another shelf. So, if you're having problems, just build another shelf. That's me signing off. See you later. Goodbye. And happy, less hot weather than it was last week. See you now. Bye.